Good morning, everybody. Or good afternoon, I guess it is now, but I'm taping this in the morning. Welcome to your yoga session. It's going to be pretty light. I'm going to do a lot of stretching, a lot of stretching the back, stretching different areas. We'll do a little down dog, not too many standing poses because the way this video is, you can't really see it. But just enjoy and relax and try to be in the moment. So what I'd like everybody to do first off is to lay down on your mat and just with one head at one end of the mat, just lay flat on your back and just close your eyes and be in the moment, and I'll get you started. Okay, now as you're laying here, I want to just kind of get your shoulders flat, leave your arms down, and breathe. So just breathe. Take some deep, deep breaths. Close your eyes and really ground yourself into the moment. Keep breathing. Now, I want you to hold your breath in. Count to 4. And release through the mouth. Again, breathe in through the nose. Hold the breath. Count to 4. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out through the mouth. One more. Breathe in through the nose. Breathe out through the mouth. Well, after holding 2, 3, 4, out. And bring your knees into your chest. One of my favorite things to do, and it really feels good on the back, is to just kind of roll your knees around a little bit. You can alternate the way you do it. You could do it a couple times on one side. You could do it every other one. But what you're doing is you're just kind of massaging the lower back. Now, we're going to start out with a couple of gentle twists. Now, don't push yourself too much on any of these because we're not really warmed up. All right, so your arms are out to a T. You're going to lift up your hips a bit. Put them over to the right side and then drop your knees down to the left. Now, if you can't drop them fully down to the floor when they're up high, drop them down a little bit lower here. But if you can keep them up high, great. And just hold it there and then see if you can keep your shoulders flat on the ground and look to the right. If you can't keep your shoulders flat on the ground, again, move your knees down a little bit like that and then look to the right. Just hold there for a minute and breathe. Okay, now bring your legs back up to the center. Shift your hips over a little bit again, and kind of just rock side to side. And then bring them over, pick the hips up again or the butt up again, shift them over to the left, and then drop your knees down to the right. Again, push them down a little bit further. If you can't leave your shoulders flat, or if it feels like too much on your waist. If you can keep them up higher, great. If you can't, keep them lower. So and then just breathe. Look over to the left. Breathe. 3 breaths. And then pick your legs back up and come back to the middle. And again, rock them side to side. Now, we're going to just lift our legs up to the ceiling. It doesn't matter how straight they are, if they're up here, if they're out here. Just kind of flex and point your toes. a little bit, and then roll your ankles around. This usually feels really, really good. It's actually a really great practice to sit here against a wall with your legs up the wall for like a good 5 minutes or so. It actually stabilizes your hips, your back. It's a really good thing to do, especially if you have back pain. I know it might seem antithetical, but it's actually really great for your lower back. Okay, so we're just going to kind of dip the legs down a little bit, get them moving a bit. Okay, and then right now, you're going to leave your left leg up, put your right leg down, bent on the ground, and then you're going to take your hands and you're just kind of going to walk up. Now, you're going to do this as best you can. Now, some of you, don't pull your leg in because I don't want you to pull on it yet. You're just walking up and stretching out your shoulders, kind of flex your leg. If you can grab your toes, great. If not, grab right here, pull yourself in, keep your leg real solid, and then just gradually come back down. Roll your ankle around again. One more time. Walk up. Come back down. And again, and then what's really great about this is if you reach your arms up as far as you can kind of feel like a stretch in your shoulders. Up and down. Pick your other leg up. Bring your left leg down, bent. Same thing, flex, point, roll your ankles around, and then walk your arms up and come down. Walk up, come down, walk up, grab your toes if you can, whatever works. Don't pull your leg too much in towards you, and come down. Now bring the other leg up. All right, now put your hands under your butt a little bit, like I have my thumbs here. I don't know if you can see that, but I just sort of put my thumbs under my butt bone. Okay, and we're going to kind of just roll your legs around a couple times. This is a little bit of core work, not too hard. And then you're going to go the other way, about 3 times on each side. Okay, now bring your knees into your chest. Roll around again. Now, this is one of my favorite things to do in yoga, okay? It's like a back roll. So you're going to kind of pick yourself up, kick your legs back, and you're going to roll nice and easy. This is not a lot of force. Some of you might feel your back cracking. Don't roll all the way back on your neck, just on your shoulders. Do it a couple times until you can come up and sit. And then you're going to sit in a cross-legged position and face me. Okay, we're going to do some more stretching now. Now you should feel a little bit warm. Not a lot, like it's not like we did anything real strenuous, but it'll just be a little bit of warmth. And now we're going to stretch, and we're going to stretch the waist a little bit. We're going to stretch the inner thighs and the legs out. So basically what you're going to do is going to bring your arms up. Just reach really far. And then bring them down so where your right hand is behind your back and your left hand comes down to your right knee, like this. Now you leverage your right hand in behind you and then just twist and look over your right shoulder. Don't push yourself too much. Do the best you can. Pull your stomach in and twist to the right. Look behind you if you can. Hold it there for a minute. You're using this hand to pull and your left hand to pull and your right hand to kind of use as leverage on the floor. And you're going to reach up again and you're going to reach down. Switch sides, same thing on the other side. Look behind you. Breathe. Okay, reach up. Now reach again. And then bring your arms down. Okay, now we're gonna go to a side stretch. So what you're basically gonna do, put your left hand on your right knee, I'm gonna reach out and just stretch as far as you can. Now, this is different for different people. Some of you might feel like you can come almost all the way down to the floor. Some of you might only be here, and you're kind of walking your hands to pull you. And then you come up. And then we're going to switch sides. So right hand on the left knee, reach out with the left hand, and then just reach, reach, reach. There you go. And come as far as you can. If you can come all the way down, great. All right, but it's a total side switch. It's not bringing your chest forward. It's not coming back. It's just to the side. So you should feel it all up in here. You can bring back. Now, shoulders. Let's roll the shoulders back and roll them forward. Really great. Okay, now we're going to do some neck stretching. Now I have something about necks. So I don't like to do neck rolls. Like some people just like to roll their neck around, like that. If that's something that you feel comfortable doing and you want to do, but I've had neck issues in the past, so I prefer not to do that because it doesn't feel great to me. What really feels great to me is if I stretch my neck to the side or to the other side, just gently. So I kind of go back inside. So I'm sort of getting it warmed up. And then come back over to the right side and bring my right hand up on my head and just gently pull. And then I come up and I do the other side with the left hand, gently pull. And then bring it back to the middle. And then I do stretch front, stretch back, stretch front, stretch back. As I said, if you're someone who loves neck rolls, knock yourself out because that's a perfectly, doing this and this is a perfectly fine way to do it if that's what you're comfortable with. But I prefer this, and I feel like I get a much better stretch. And this is one of my favorites because I really like to feel the stretch back in the neck. And then really tuck the chin in and then feel the pull back in the neck. Okay, we're going to do one more thing. Now, if you have a towel with you, this is a great thing to do. I forgot to have a prop with me, but we won't use the towel, but you're going to bring, if you have one, you could put it in your left hand, bring your arm up, and you come back to the back of the shoulder. And you take this arm and you bring it back behind the other end. Now, if you can touch your hands, great. If you have a towel and you can grab both ends of the towel, that's great. You're just going to breathe with your arms back this way. Breathe and out. Breathe and out. Breathe and out. Okay, now bring the one arm at a time back around. Okay, bring them out here. Okay, and we're going to actually stretch the shoulder before we do the other side. So now you're going to bring the left arm over and pull the right, and use the right hand to pull the shoulder over, and then just really stretch your hand out. Breathe, 2, 3, and come back in the middle. Okay, now you're going to do the other side. Bring the left arm up, reach back to the shoulder, bring the right arm out, and then bring it around in the back. If you can touch, great. Just hold it there and breathe. Bring your left arm up, right arm out, bring them down again. And then you're going to cross your right arm over, grab the back of your arm with your left hand and stretch the shoulder. Now, I used to have a pretty bad case of carpal tunnel. One of the things that really helped was doing exercises. So I am constantly reaching my hand out and closing my fist, reaching my hand out and closing my fist. You'll notice I do that quite a bit when we're doing these stretching exercises. It's a really great thing, especially for all of us who are constantly on the computer. If you feel like tension in your wrists or your forearms or any of your fingers, this is a really great thing to do. So out and in, out and in. Okay, now we're going to kind of roll over and get on all fours. We're going to do a few little yoga poses. We're going to do some lunges and a little down dog. And then we're going to come back to some more stretching and call it a day. All right, so this is a really great, this is tabletop, okay? And one of the stretching and preparatory exercises that you do in yoga is cat-cow to loosen up your back. So we're going to do the cat pose where you're just going to arch your back and tuck your chin in. And then, or I'm sorry, curl your back, tuck your chin in. And then you're going to arch your back and look up, cow. You're going to do a couple of these at your own pace, nice and easy. Now, when you're in the cat position, you want to really stretch your upper back. So you want to kind of really curve that, put your chin into your chest so that you feel a stretch across the back of your shoulders. And then up. And a couple more. Exhale when you cat. Inhale when you cow. Now, we're going to come back into child's pose. So if your knees should be like shoulder width apart like I have here. So you're going to kind of bring your toes in together and spread your knees out just a little bit further. And you're going to come back. Now, for some people, this could be really hard. So some of you will really feel like you can get fully back. Some of you might have to bring your knees together a little bit. Some of you can put them wider than the mat. It's up to you what you can. You want to try to lay your chest on the ground and reach your arms out. Now, if this is uncomfortable for you, you can also put your head to the side and bring your arms to the sides. Whatever works best. If you have your legs wide, you're going to have more of a stretch in here as well, and that might not be comfortable. So some of you may have to bring your knees in. Whatever works. We're going to hang out in this pose for a minute here. And you're going to keep pulling your hands forward to keep stretching your shoulders, your lower back, and breathe. Okay, come back up on to your tabletop, which is in all fours. We're going to do one more shoulder stretching exercises before we do anything else, which is you're going to reach your right arm straight up. Again, my open and closing my hands, I'm always doing that. And then you're going to take this hand, as you see, it's called it like sort of a thread the needle. You're going to bring it across over where your palm is up. And you're going to sort of lay your head down on the shoulder. Now, where you're going to feel the stretch is all back in here and a little bit on this part. So be very careful though, because you don't want to go too far. If you've never done this before, it can be quite a stretch. So you're just going to lay here with on the side of your head, on your arm, shoulder, and breathe. Palm facing up. 2, 3. Now you're going to come up. And you're going to come all the way up again and bring your arm back down. Now we're going to start the other side. So same thing. You're going to take your left hand, reach way up. And then you're going to slide it through. Head on the side, laying on the shoulder. And breathe. Again, I'm always doing the opening and closing. Breathe 2 and 3. And come back up. Reach your hand all the way up and bring it back down. Okay. The next thing that we're going to do before we go up into a down dog pose is we're going to just do some simple balancing. Okay. Now these are really great. They're called They're called stabilizing exercises, I think, for people who do regular fitness. All right, so what they are is you're going to reach your right arm up and your left arm back, or your left leg back. And you're just going to stretch them and hold. 2, 3. And you're going to come back. And then you're going to switch legs. So you're reaching your left leg, arm back, out straight, and your left leg back. I like to flex my foot all the time, but you can point or flex. And you want to keep your leg straight, and you want your body to be pretty even. You don't want your leg to be too high, but you also don't want it down here. You want to be pretty straight. Okay, we're going to do a couple more of these. Right arm, left leg. Switch. Left arm, right leg. One more round. Right arm, left leg. Left arm, right leg. And then you're going to come back, kind of roll your hips around. You should feel a little bit loose now. You can even go back into your child's pose again quickly and stretch, and then come back up. Now we're going to come into our first down dog. So most of you are kind of familiar with down dog. It's a pose that people use all the time. So you're going to plant your toes. They're going to be about shoulder width apart. And you're going to kind of just lift your knees off the ground, see how you feel. And then you're going to push your hips up into the air. And now, when you first get up into this pose, you want to kind of bend your knees, bicycle a little bit, maybe even twist. You kind of want to feel it out before you kind of settle into it. You see I'm doing all kinds of things to loosen myself. Right. I need to check the time. And then we're going to now stay still here. Okay, so now with down dog, you're supposed to have your heels down. Okay, pull your butt in and be pushing your hips up to the sky. Now, many people can't put their heels down, so you do whatever is comfortable for you. If you're right here, that's fine too. If you're here, that's great. If you need to walk them in a little bit more, out a little bit more, do what works for you. All right, and then you're gonna just really just stay here for a minute and breathe. We're gonna do 3 breaths. 2 and 3. Okay, now we're gonna do a little bit of lunging for the hips. So you're gonna bring your right leg up, kick it behind you, and you're going to kind of bring it through, hold it here under your chest, bring it through, and just stay in a slow lunge. Okay, you can keep your feet down, you can come up if that works for you, and you're just going to hold it here for a minute. Okay, then you're going to come out, and we're going to walk our foot outside the hand. And then you're going to put your knee down. And you're going to lunge and kind of rock out. Now, this is really great for the hips, the inner thigh. And then you're going to bring it back up the knee, lock the foot back in, and then come back and come back into downward dog. Then you're going to do the same thing with the left. Left leg forward, bring it forth in a lunge, or actually, I'm sorry, I did it slower. I brought it to the chest and then forward. You're going to hold your lunge and just breathe. Hold the lunge. You can rock a little in it. You can come up in it if that works for you. Come back down, put your hands down, and then you're going to walk this left foot out again. Outside the hand, on the edge of the mat or outside the mat. Put your knee down, and then you're going to rock back and forth. This is a half lizard, and it's very good for the hips. So rock. You should feel the inner thigh. You should feel the hip. All right, then you bring your leg up again, walk it back in, kick your leg back, and come into down dog. And then I'd like you to slowly walk your feet into your hands. Now, depending on how flexible this could be different for different people. You may have to tent your hands so that as you're walking in, and you may not be able to touch the floor anymore. That's fine. If you can, that's fine. I want you to leave your feet kind of shoulder width apart. If you can't reach the floor anymore, hold your shins. And what you're going to do is you're just going to let your body hang down. You're going to cross your arms over your head. Okay, stabilize your legs. If you have to bend them a little bit, that's fine too. And you're just going to hang there like a rag doll. And breathe. If you can rock a little side to side. And just breathe. This is really good release for the lower back. Okay, put your hands down again, walk through back. You're going to be back into your last downward dog. And breathe. Full stomach in. Come out into a plank. Now, for those of you, let's see how you can hold this. We're going to hold it here for about 30 seconds. Just hold it tight. Pull the stomach in. Okay, now gently drop down. Put your head to the floor. We're going to do some cobra here. Now, cobra is different for different people. Some people like to just come up this way. Okay, some people want to come up into a full cobra, right? Either way, you have to stabilize your legs. So kind of got to press them into the ground to stabilize your hands. So whether you're going to do like a half cobra, and don't arch your neck too much. In other words, look up, but don't like kill yourself to look up. Just kind of look up. Either come to here and just hold it, or come all the way up and hold. And breathe. Two, three, and come down your head, and then press back into child's pose again. And breathe. Now come up onto tabletop, come into that seated position again. And we're going to do a little bit more stretching to finish up. Now, I'm not going to do a Shavasana because I know Fernanda is going to have you in a really great meditation. And I'm really sorry that I couldn't be with everybody today, but I've got I think it's called the Mental Health First Aid workshop that I'm in all day. But it's a real pleasure. I love leading yoga for people. And maybe next time I'll have a whole hour and we could do a little bit more. So just sit cross-legged, breathe. Now stretch your legs out in front of you. Shake them up a little bit. Pull the cushy stuff out of your butt a little bit. Flex your legs. And then just kind of come over and do like a forward stretch. However far you can get is fine. We're just going to hold it for a minute. That's our time to stop. We're just going to do one or two more things. And come up. Shake your legs out a little bit. Now I'm going to just do another little twisting stretch. So you're going to take your right leg and you're going to put it over your left leg next to the knee. Okay. Your left arm or your left hand is going to grab your right knee. And you're going to take this arm and put it behind you. And then just, again, do a stretch. Now, you should feel when you do this stretch, it's different than the other one we did that was twisting, but you should feel a little bit looser, like it's a little easier. You can go back a little further. Breathe. Come back to the beginning. Bring your legs out, shake them out a little bit, and then do your left leg, same thing. on the other side, cross it over the other side of your right leg next to the knee. Grab the knee with your right hand or right arm. You can put your whole arm around it if you like. Then you're going to bring your left arm back, position it on the ground, and twist. Breathe, come back around, legs out, shake them out. Bring your legs in cross-legged again, and then just sit quietly and breathe. That's the end of our session. It was such a pleasure to do this for everyone. I hope you had a great professional development day and enjoy your meditation with Fernanda. Bye-bye.